Some new information on a legal case we have closely followed here on Happening Now. A woman pleads guilty to criminally negligent homicide in the drowning death of her fiance during a kayaking trip they took on the Hudson River north of New York City. Angelika Graswald admits she pulled the plug on the kayak. She said she wanted to use it as a cat toy. That put her fiance, Vincent Fior, at risk. Vincent Viafor. He drowned in the Hudson River back in 2015. Here is her 911 call to authorities.
We are kayaking. My fiance flipped over. He's in the water right now. I can't get to him. It's very windy and the waves are coming in, and I can't paddle to him.
Graswald is expected to be sentenced on November 1st. She faces 1 to 4 years in prison, but with time served, she could be free early next year. Let's bring back our legal panel, Bob Bianchi and Brian Claypool. Bob, you're a former prosecutor. Part of the police interrogation that went on for 11 hours on the day she was picked up, 10 days after the death, she said, "I wanted him dead, and now he's gone, and I'm okay with it." Does that merit a 1 to 4 year sentence?
As a homicide prosecutor for half of a career, I have never seen anything like this. The plea bargain discount store must have been open that day in the prosecutor's office. You have everything you want for the ingredients that would make a prosecutor typically salivate to try a case. You have motive, means, opportunity. She said she was euphoric that he was killed. She actually assisted in that. She knew they was in cold and frigid waters. She said she wanted him dead. A more purposeful case you couldn't get. And John, as prosecutor, you look at the law, you look at the facts, and you look at whether you could prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury. This was a no-brainer of a trial, and I'll tell you what, this wasn't the kind of case that any juror would be sympathetic towards. This was a cold, calculated, purposeful murder, and this sentence, dropping it from murder, dropping it from manslaughter, and dropping it down to the 11th, a conduct that says that she was just acting by accident as opposed to on purpose, is just mind-boggling to me and an injustice.
Talking about motive, Brian, she stood to inherit $250,000 in insurance policies from her fiance. Do you dispute what Bob has to say?
John, usually when I'm on with Bob, we're arm wrestling and we have a difference of opinion. But on this one, I've got to tell you, 2 words describe this plea bargain: spineless and politically motivated. Yeah. John, your show covered a case that I tried twice, the Dalia DiPolito solicitation to commit murder trial. I don't know if you remember that one, but I got a hung jury. Yeah, I got a hung jury in December on that one. I had to retry that case last month. We lost that case, John. Nobody died in that case. And I attended a sentencing hearing recently. My client got 16 years in jail. The state prosecutor wanted 30 years. Nobody died in Dalia's case. This woman, in a premeditated, calculated, cold-blooded fashion, murdered this young man, and she's going to serve maybe no time and get 1 to 4 years and time served. This sends the wrong message throughout our country.
John,
and this is an epidemic that's
happening. The prosecution offered the plea bargain in this case, which astounded a lot of observers. She could be out in less than a year. Gentlemen, we have to leave it there. Bob Bianchi, Brian Claypool, thank you both.
Thank you.